Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about measurement today. In our last video, we talked about quantities and units. We talked about measurement, the units of length, which was meter and all of that. Okay, if you didn't see the video, please go check the video and watch, comment, and like. Thank you. So today we are going to talk about measurement. One of the measurement we're talking about is length. Length is measured with meter rule, vernier caliper, calipers, micrometer, screw gauge. The accurate measurement of the meter rule takes measurements of length to the accuracy of 0.1 cm, while the micrometer screw gauge takes accuracy measurement of 0.001 cm, while the vernier caliper takes it 0.01 cm. The vernier caliper is used in measuring objects used in measuring the internal and external diameter of a tube, used in measuring the thickness of meter rule. Then the caliper itself is used in measuring objects that are cylindrical in nature. Then the micrometer screw gauge is used in measuring objects that are much smaller in nature, like the pendulum bulb, like the diameter of a wire, and the thickness of a paper, like this. We can use the micrometer screw gauge to measure as thin as this paper is. You can use micrometer screw gauge to measure it. Then the next thing we are going to talk about is measurement of volume. We are done with measurement of length. We use vernier caliper, we use calipers, we use meter rule, and we use micrometer screw gauge. So the next thing is the next measurement here is volume. Volume, there's what we call there's what we call regular block. For example, this is regular. So we measure the length, the breadth, and the height, and that is LBH. To measure this, we use LBH. So because it is regular in nature, length times breadth times height. The length, we have this is the height. You can still call it breadth. So this one is like a kind of we have the length, the height. You can still call it breadth, but it is LBH. So this can be measured using that formula. This is a meter rule. You can see. So a regular block is measured with LBH. The irregular block is, for example, this is irregular in nature. So to measure this, you submerge it in a measuring cylinder containing fluid, and this kind of object should be insoluble so that it will not dissolve in the water. So the weight of the object displayed in the fluid is what will be the weight or the weight of the object. Yes. Now, like in caliper, we use caliper to measure this, the internal diameter and external diameter of this kind of shape. This thing is cylindrical in nature. You see, measure the internal and the external. Then, like this is a wire. We use micrometer screw gauge to measure it, to measure the thickness. Okay. Then we have what we call measurement of sphere. That is 4/3 pi r square. 4/3 pi r cube. So to find the radius, which is the arrow, the radius is half of diameter. To find diameter, we use micrometer screw gauge. So 4/3 pi r square is what we use to find the measurement of sphere. Then cylindrical wire, just like what I've just shown here, we use the micrometer screw gauge to find its diameter, and then we find the length using the meter rule, and then after getting that figure, we now use a formula that is volume equals to pi r square L. The L is the length. Now, measurement of liquid, we use graduated containers like the volumetric flask, the pipette, the burette, uh, uh, the beaker in the laboratory. So these are the ways we measure, we take measurements in the secondary school laboratory. And then measurement of mass and weight. Mass is the quantity of matter, and weight is simply the force or pull of in which the earth attracts objects to the center of the earth. And then weight is in W equals to mg. M is in mass, and then g is acceleration due to gravity of the earth pull. Then to measure mass, we use the beam balance, chemical balance. When you go to market to buy meat, they measure in kg for you. So what they are doing, they are taking the weight of the meat to sell for you in different according to the quantity you want. Okay, so that is how to take the weights of the objects. I mean, yes, of the body. Then the next thing is weight. To measure weight, we use spring balance. Spring balance is calibrated using the Hooke's law, which states that the applied force, the extension is proportional to the, what did he say? He said that it states that the extension is proportional to the applied force, provided that elastic limit is not exceeded. And then we have time, measurement of time. We have our clock here, but in laboratory we use stop clock. Our video is too long, so we're gonna stop here for today.